You may now be seated.
Hello, my name is Bernicia Nunn, and I'm your Student Government Association Vice President for the 2015-2016 school year. Next, you will hear from Shaveda Williams, your Sga President. Our guest speaker is Mr. Dick Morrow. Mr. Morrow is a retired Delta airline pilot and a current city commission and a local business owner in Griffin, Georgia. He also hosts a weekly radio program on WKEU. We appreciate him taking the time to share with us. Following Mr. Morrow, we will hear from our Gordon State College President, Dr. Max Burns.
Good afternoon. I hope everyone is having a productive semester so far and has begun settling into campus life. Once again, my name is Shaveda Williams, and I'm your Sga President for the 2015-2016 school year. I would like to take this time to tell you a little about myself. I am a health service and management major. My ultimate goal is to become successful. I graduated from Manchester High School and immediately applied to Gordon State College. My first visit to Gordon was simply amazing because their campus is beautiful. Gordon has proven to me that no matter where you come from, what you believe in, everyone can lead in harmony and be on one accord. I was that student that went to class every day and immediately back to my room because as a freshman, I was still settling in and I didn't know about campus involvement. I was soon convinced that I should try out for this STEP team on campus. I was a little skeptical at first because I never stepped a day in my life. I soon tried out and I luckily made it. Soon after my first STEP show, I was immediately known. There is a moral to the story. I encourage each and every one of you to be involved on campus because it really makes a difference. I'm going to paint a picture to you about my involvement on campus. I joined the STEP team as a member, and here today, I stand as their captain. I joined Sisterhood of Integrity as a member, and I am their former president. I started out as a senator for SGA. I applied to be a resident assistant, and I still hold that title today. I was once the vice president of SGA. I stand here thankful that I am now your Sga President. One cannot begin to imagine how grateful and how thankful I am to serve my student body. I want you all to remember that you can do anything you put your mind to. Just write a vision and make it plain. There are going to be times when you think you have to give up. But before you think about giving up, clear your mind and remember your purpose in life. Every single one of you today has a GPA of a 4.0. We walk into college as a freshman with a 4.0. We are not making our way to the top because we are already at the top. All we have to do is maintain that period of excellence. Gordon State College makes sure that you have all the necessary tools to succeed in life. Make yourself available because the faculty and staff here are here to serve you at your best. So remember, being involved on campus is your time to experience college and to grow as a person. Have fun because the next couple of years you spend here are going to be the best years of your life. As your SGA president, As your friend, I am thankful and I am here for you and see you around campus.
Excellent job. Excellent remarks. Well, good afternoon. I want to welcome each of you here. We are blessed to have this beautiful day, and I hope you're enjoying it. It's certainly an honor for me to be here at Gordon College. I want to congratulate you as new students. College is a notable milestone, and freshmen, welcome to the wonderful world of academics. You'll find it fascinating. College can be, and often is, a very critical part of your life. You do well here, complete your degrees, and great careers can blossom. You do badly here, and life can be much more difficult. The choice is yours. You can make this your future, and you can make it as good as you want it to be. So don't bother to find excuses or blame others. I can tell you, it just doesn't work. In the very few minutes I have here today, I want to drive home this message. Life is a marathon and not a sprint. Never quit. And we'll visit that. I want you to learn from some of my mistakes, and maybe you'll do better and make it easier on yourselves. I don't know if you remember the children's story of the Tortoise and the Hare. When I grew up, it was a classic children's story of a rabbit and a turtle in a race, and the turtle won. And quite honestly, I thought that was the stupidest story I ever heard, because everybody knows a rabbit can outrun a turtle, or so I thought. But what I learned over time is that turtles do always win. They just keep going, and they finally make it happen. Now, I've done many dumb things in my life. And if you don't believe me, ask my wife. And if it were not for the turtle in me, I'd be stuck in a mess. Life is like that. We all make mistakes. Your lives won't be always easy stuff, but you correct those mistakes and move on. Change happens, you adapt, and you never quit. For a few minutes, I'm going to tell you about my life and why I haven't quit. Also, this will illustrate how your life might change and you have no idea what might happen to you in future years. And so as life and the world changes, you better adapt to it. I started off in a little farm in Iowa, a one-bedroom house. For you digital generation, let you know I had no electricity, no inside running water, no bathroom, no telephone, no air conditioning. We had a well, an old outhouse, and a wood stove. That's the way I started life. Life was work and challenge. I was the oldest, and I supervised the child labor battalion. And every day starting at dawn, we was devoted to feeding and caring for animals, hoeing the gardens, picking, preparing food. And only when all the work was done was there any time maybe for some play. Now, my dad was brutally tough. If he said water the hogs, he meant pump water until the end. You didn't quit, and failure to finish brought pain, always. Now, at 5 years old, Dad sent me to school, so I was wasting time. 5 years old, get out here, go to school. A little two-room schoolhouse. Grades 1 through 4 in one room, grades 5 through 8 in the other room. We had 2 teachers in the whole school. There were 5 kids in my class. Now, when I graduated from 8th grade, I went into the city schools where all the little country schools came together, and I had over 300 in my class. And it was a very difficult adjustment, and I was a country bumpkin in a big city school and in way over my head. Going back to grade school in the little classroom, there were 4 rows of desks, and each class had a row. Our first grade row had 5 desks, and I was one of the 5. Teachers rotated to class work, and we heard the other grades do their lessons, 1, 2, 3, and 4. So by the time the 4th grade came around, I was bored. I'd had enough. I'd already heard the 4th grade stuff, and I decided to withdraw from class. And participation, and just read all the books in our library. And we had a couple shelves in both of the little rooms. Now, the teacher didn't agree with my refusal to participate, and she'd spank me with her wood board. I'd jump out the window and run away. She'd send a note home to Dad, which I had to carry, and he'd give me the belt workover. So it was a rough few weeks. But I was determined, and I kept repeating my actions until Mrs. Hammer started feeling sorry for me. She didn't know how many beatings I could take. So we reached a mutual agreement. I could read unbothered, but I wouldn't run away because that made her look bad. So it worked good, and I read every book in the building. Then the 8th grade was a repeat because I'd heard all through the 5th through the 8th. So I got to 8th grade, I was the same way, I've had enough. And I told our teacher I was going to read the encyclopedias. Now you young folks probably don't know what encyclopedia is, but that used to be Google in books. There were 24 books from Aardvark to Zosia, all the knowledge in these 24 big books, not that long total. So that's what I did. I read the encyclopedia for my 8th grade year, and it worked out for me, and my teacher and I agreed that was okay. So I don't recommend my course of action, but I think it worked out for me, and I think I had an excellent education. But the turtle in me wouldn't give up. That's what I wanted to do. And so to this day, I'm pretty difficult to stop. If I get my mind set to something, I'm going to try to make it happen. So up until high school graduation, just how life went, I worked for our farm, neighbors' farms, service stations. I dynamited stumps. I had a dynamite business. I worked on hay crews. I picked produce crops. I ran a sweet corn stand. And folks knew that I'd never quit working. And I'd work hard and give every job my best. So jobs were plentiful. I learned a lot, and I had a great experience. Now, upon graduation from high school, 17, I walked out to the highway and hitchhiked to Oklahoma. Never been to Oklahoma, knew from a map where it was. And I'd read in a farm magazine that they hired combine operators for the wheat harvest there. And sure enough, when I got to Cherokee, Oklahoma, I found a job running a combine. It was tough, brutal work. Worked 14 hours a day, but I got $15 a day in my room and board. So that was a good deal. When that job ran out and the wheat was all harvested, I hitchhiked back to Iowa and no college money, so I joined the Navy. So then I was sent to San Diego. And I hadn't been in the Navy just a very short time, and through some testing, they picked me out, sent me back to college, said, you're going to get a college degree on us. And I go, hot dog. So I hitchhiked from San Diego back to Iowa and cashed in the travel money and expense money, which you got, put that in my pocket. And that was the first time, by the way, 6 times I've hitchhiked across the United States when I was still in my teens, plus a lot of other hitchhiking, because I couldn't afford a car in those days. Now in college, kind of like you are at the moment, starting off, I foolishly became a rabbit. Life was great, easiest time of my life, lots of girls, good classes, things to do. And the summer I went on tour with the Navy and did Navy service, but I kind of lost focus. I lost my turtle. So my first 2 years were in engineering, which I enjoyed, but that was too course restrictive, and I decided to go to arts and science as a math major to have more flexibility. Mostly I was in a hurry to graduate, get my commission, and go to Navy flight school. Being a fighter pilot was my goal. I was focused on that. But I got cocky, did some dumb things, kept running afoul of the university rules, and in engineering, for instance, they had no attendance records or policy in those days, nor course maximum hours, so you do what you want. So the first 2 years, I took a total of 42 course hours, and I drove it to the max, and I was going. But then I later started picking up some Fs because I would skip math classes. Math was easy for me, and I started picking up Fs in math because the professors got angry at me for not showing up, except for classes, or for tests. So anyway, that didn't work out so well. But my junior year, I now think I'm an old man, I want to settle down, decided to get married. Married my childhood girlfriend. So between semesters, I got married, and I skipped the chemistry final to get married. Well, that's why I discovered there's a rule, the automatic F, if you skip a final. I go, oh no, 5 hours F, don't need that. So who knew? Anyway, I was married, what the heck. Well, arts and science then had what I thought was a really nonsensical rule. You had to have have a dean's signature, take 18 hours of credit. Well, I thought that was foolish. So I got the dean's signature for 18, and then I secretly registered for 24 hours, just to show them that I thought the rule was stupid. Well, the second semester I did the same thing, but at the end of the second semester I got caught. The dean was absolutely furious with me, and he took away all 12 of my extra hours of credit. I got no credit for any of them. She showed me. And the good news was I was vice president of student body at the time, and he cut me a little slack and decided not to expel me, so he gave me another chance. So then in February of my senior year, all these irregularities sort of came together, and I was thrown out of college. And I lost my Navy scholarship. So with 10 weeks to graduation, 11 weeks to starting Navy pilot training, I was out. No money, no degree, a wife, a baby, no job. I had 116 credit hours. I was nowhere, and my fighter pilot dreams were crushed. So I went off to St. Louis, find a job, go to work. I had to feed the wife, the baby, and soon the second baby. I finished my last 2 years in the Navy, obligation as a seaman in the reserves. I worked to support my wife and children. I started night school at Washington University and expected to take a few hours and get my degree. Well, then I found another rule. You gotta have 30 hours of residency to get your degree from Washington University. So now I need 30 hours. So 2 years of night school working, and I got my degree from there. And so 2 years after I went to work, thrown out of school, 6 years from starting college, 23 years old, I finally graduated. But no flight school and no fighter pilot job. With the degree, listen up, I got a good job. I became an advanced design engineer and got a healthy pay raise, and the degree helped a lot. I enlisted the local Air National Guard, which is an F-100 fighter unit. Worked 2 years to get a pilot training slot. Finally, after 8 years after starting college, and 25 years old, I got commissioned. I went to Air Force pilot training and F-100 fighter school. It was awesome. Being a fighter pilot is the best job anyone could ever have. Now, had I given up to those 9.5 years, I would have never made it to my dream. I'd have missed the years of flying, had the opportunity to go to Vietnam, fly a combat fighter tour in Vietnam. It was a dream come true. So it took me 9.5 years to get where I should have gone in 4. By the way, just flash forward 40 years, or 30 years plus, I ran for the county commission here in Spalding. No one knew me. I was running against a well-known opponent, so my task seemed impossible, and what did I do? In true turtle fashion, I went out and knocked on 2,300 doors. Every door in my entire district, all over the county. And I stood on corners 40 days with my signs waving at people, and I won the election by 64 votes out of 2,000 some, less than 2%. So I'm telling you, hardworking turtles win. So where's this turtle now? Just kind of bring you up to date. I'm 73 years old. I'm married to an extremely beautiful, wonderful woman, so over there in yellow. She's a... She is a summa cum laude graduate of Gordon. And we have 5 children and 10 grandchildren between us. We're not rich. We have very comfortable retirement. We have part-time businesses we enjoy. I'm a city commissioner, and I love working in the political and civic arena. We love life, and we're enjoying the golden years. So, let me say this in closing. Life is great. And my wish today is that each of you reach your retirements and have the same wonderful time that we're having. I really want you to do that. But know this, even with speed bumps in the road, life is a blast. And even if you make a mistake, the world does not end. Go back to work, never quit, and dreams do come true. I'm living proof. Turtles always win. So thank you for your attention. God bless each and every one of you.
Are you a turtle? Well, I want you to be a little hare too. You got to have a little hair in there. And I want you to know that No. I want you to know that Mr. Morrow lived my dream. I wanted to be that fighter pilot. I wanted to go to flight school. Now, I didn't read the Encyclopedia Britannica or anything close when I was in grade school. I was lucky to get out. But, these crazy rules, couldn't pass that flight physical, couldn't pass the eye physical, so they wouldn't let me have fun with jets, and so I got to be a grunt instead, but the grunt was a good option too. I had a lot of good options, and we'll talk about it. Well, we're glad you're here. We're glad we got folks over there. Hey, guys. Wow. We didn't expect. Y'all say hello to those guys. They're your peeps over there, okay? We did not expect, thank you for being here, we didn't think we had a capacity problem. Obviously, we have a capacity problem. Isn't that good? That's very, very good. We're delighted that you're here for the 12th annual convocation. I have my phone out just to make sure that I don't keep you too long. We'll talk about that in a minute. I'm Dr. Max Burns. I had the privilege of serving as president here at Gordon State, and behind me are the most important people at Gordon. These are the faculty who will support your success, okay? And you know some of them. You certainly don't know all of them, but over the next year or two or three or four, whatever it might be, you will get to know them much, much, much better. Convocation is literally a calling together of persons for a special purpose, and the purpose to you today, or for you today, is to welcome you to Gordon and to welcome you to a different world than any world you've been in so far, okay? Only twice during your academic career will the faculty dress like we do today in honor of you. We don't go around normally in black with stripes and hoods and caps and stuff. We do it at convocation, and we do it at your graduation, right? And we look forward to the second opportunity to come together to celebrate your success, but we're here today to celebrate a beginning of a journey. I've got a few things I want to talk about, and I'll be brief. I know you'll be happy for that. I want to start by thanking Ms. Williams, Shaveda Williams, and Bernicia, thank you, and our SGA officers. Our SGA elections complete. SGA elections are complete, is that right? And I hope you all voted. I hope you learn who your senators are, and I want you to get to know them and to engage. One of the things I hope you got from Shaveda's comments is there's more than the classroom. You found the SARC, obviously, right? And you realize this is a great place, this is your place. By the way, where you are sitting right now is your seat for the first basketball game in Highlander Arena on November the 3rd. I really think we're going to do a jamboree ahead of that, but I think the first official game, is that right? I don't know, something like that. Mark your calendars. Mark your calendars. Make sure you're a part of that. But there are lots of things to do on campus, lots of clubs, lots of organizations, lots of opportunities for you to engage and connect, and we want you to do that. I hope you like sports. I know we have a great intramural program, and whatever it is, basketball or flag football or whatever the activities are. We have any number of high-quality, extremely competitive intercollegiate programs. I'm going to ask our baseball players to stand. If you're a baseball athlete, stand up. If you're a basketball athlete, stand up. If you're a soccer athlete, stand up. Okay? If you're a cross-country athlete, stand up. Thank you. I want you to give them a hand. I want you to know they got a tough schedule. I know it because I watch it. I know they got a class schedule, they got a practice schedule, they got a game schedule. Soccer's rolling right now. Cross-country's cranking up. We'll have softball and baseball fall season here soon. There'll be activities on campus. Fine opportunities to engage and support these teams. Again, basketball will kick off early November right here in Highlander Arena. And I want you to be engaged. Last thing I want to talk about before I do my formal what I expect speech. You'll get the what do I expect speech, okay? I want to talk about parking. Oh, that's always a fun subject. How many of you are commuters? Oh, God bless you, right? You all show up at the same time. You're all fighting for the same space that's gone, right? You're all walking about 1.5 miles to get from point A to point B. Is that about right? Some close? Okay. Well, we have had challenges this fall with parking that were unanticipated. Part of that was a scheduling issue, but part of that is a parking issue. We have begun shuttle services from our hinterland lots. Please take advantage of the Highlander shuttles. They're golf carts, and students will be providing you access. I ride in them occasionally. Some of you look at me and go, what are you doing out here? It's okay. I want to make sure that we're trying to support your needs. I want you to know we have plans to add at least another 150 spaces between now and this time next year. So we're working on that. And there are a lot of things going on campus. Let me suggest to you that I have a solution for your parking problems. Back behind Smith Hall, right off the quad, is a parking lot for students who earn a 4.0 this semester while carrying 12 or more hours. Now, you heard Ms. Williams point out that you all have 4.0s today, don't you? So all you got to do is maintain your 4.0. Is that right? Just maintain it, and we have a parking place for you. So we have a special parking area for individuals who achieve outstanding academic performance. Okay. All right, what I want to do now is quickly, you have your phone? Have your phone? My faculty don't believe I can do anything in 5 minutes. 5 minutes. So if you got a phone, I'm going to put my timer on. And right now it's, what time is it? It is 2:34. And my goal is to be done at not later than 2:39, 2:40. Is that okay? You ready? Let's do it. All right. This is what do I expect of you? This is what do I, as president of Gordon State College, expect of you. Number one, I expect you to be a serious student. I expect you to be a serious student. That means I expect you to show up on time prepared. I expect you to take your courses and the assignments seriously. I expect you to read the material that's assigned, complete the problems, complete the exercise, show up for class, provide insightful comments, actively engage. Make this your top priority while you're here. Nothing else is more important than your academic success over the next 2 years. I expect you to be a serious student. Number two, I expect you to have a goal, and you've got to persevere. Mr. Morrow talked about that. Your goal is to complete your associate's degree in 2 years. Not 3, not 4, not more, not a whole bunch, right? Get it done. Get it done now. 2 years, complete an associate degree, not because I want you to stop at 2 years, because I want you to be ready to move on to your bachelor's degree. Do you understand? 2 years. By the way, what does that mean? You are the graduating associate degree, graduating classes 2015, 16, 17. Where are we going to do it? When are we going to celebrate? May 2017. Is that right? Did I miss it? Is that okay? May 2017, you will earn your first degree, and you'll be ready to move forward. Now, I expect you to set a goal. I expect you to be a serious student. I expect you to take this opportunity seriously. Nelson Mandela we had a quote from Nelson Mandela on the marquee coming in this morning. Anybody see it? Anybody see the quote on the marquee this morning coming in? What did it say? What did it say? Anybody? Anybody know who Nelson Mandela is? Nobel Peace Laureate from South Africa. He said that education is the most effective way to change the world. Do you understand? The most effective way to change the world. I'll come to your classes and I'm going to ask a few questions. One of the questions I'm going to ask is, are you good at everything? Me neither. None of us are good at everything. What that means is that there are times you're going to need help. Me too. Seek help early. Don't get yourself in a hole, right? Don't get yourself so dadgum deep you can't crawl out of it. Student Success Center. How many of you know what Student Success Center is? Please raise your hands now. Okay, if you don't know where it is, ask a friend. If you don't know where it is, ask me. Early and often, seek help. B's are better. B's are better. C's do you no good. Anything less than a C, you get to do it again. That's terrible. B's are better. Student Success Center. Next, pretty close to the end. I know you're happy with that. I expect you to respect yourself and others. I expect you to respect yourself and others in the way you dress, in the way you speak, in your attitude, in your demeanor. Respect yourself and others. Respect the faculty. Respect the staff. Respect the school. Respect this beautiful place we enjoy. This place has been here since 1852. It's been around a while. Looks pretty good, doesn't it, for its age? Help us keep it that way. So respect yourself and others, and I would appreciate that. Finally, I expect you to be successful. I expect you to be successful. I have got 58 seconds left, and I can do it. I expect you to be successful. And you define success, right? Success is different for all of us. I will tell you that success does not start with a dollar sign. It does not start with a dollar sign. Find your passion. Pursue it with perseverance and determination. Dick Morrow would never have flown for Delta for how many years? 30 years with Delta Airlines if he had quit anywhere along the way. You never quit. I expect you to be successful. September the 2nd, 2016. Where will you be? Right here, successful. Continue your education. Thank you very much. 4 minutes, 57 seconds.
Could you please stand with me at this time to read the Gordon State College Creed? Okay. I believe in education centered on the principles of empowerment, excellence, and personal growth. I believe in intellectual and academic honesty and integrity without which I cannot earn the respect of those whom I interact. I believe in developing a sound mind, a sound body, and a spirit that is not afraid. I believe in serving my country and my community by seeking justice, respecting diversity, and living courageously. I believe that these goals can only be achieved through hard work, open mind inquiry, and living. Okay, you may be seated, and please stay seated until the processional is over. Remain standing until the processional is over.